Hi everyone, it's Mary Beth from MBGrayDesigns. So today I have a cute little tutorial for you to make this adorable little ghost applique. It's really easy if you are just starting in your crochet journey and a beginner crochet, or you can do this. So he's adorable. He doesn't take long, and instead of sewing little eyes, which you certainly could with like embroidery thread or whatever thin yarn to make little black eyes or something, I just went ahead and used some googly eyes. And I got a package of googly eyes in all different colors and shapes, and that's what I'm using. So that's up to you. If you do use googly eyes, use a low setting on your hot glue because you don't want to burn the fabric. So do that. Now, this one was made out of white cotton. This one was made out of just some very inexpensive white yarn that I got at Target. I think the brand, it's made by Target. It says it's cream. It's not. It's white. So, yeah, there you go. Handmade modern worsted yarn. 100% acrylic. But you can use, you know, whatever you want. So, there you go. Cotton is good for things that may get wet. So like a dishcloth, you know, hand towel, baby clothes, you know, a beach shawl, things like that is when I use cotton. But for whatever reason, I wanted to use cotton just to see, and actually I think it does kind of lay better, but either one is fine. All right, so for this video, I am going to make a pink ghost. How fun is that? And I'm doing that because I think it'll be easier to see against the white versus the white ghost. And again, it's just a worsted weight, just a 4, soft pink, medium weight 4. The suggested hook size is a 5, which is an H, 5mm, and that is what I'm using. Thank you, Janet, from Mom to Crate. She sent me these hooks, and I love them so much. And then I am using Caron Simply Soft, but again, you can use, you know, whatever yarn. I used inexpensive yarn because honestly, it's just an applique. I'm not making clothes. You're not going to wear it against your skin. So, you know, inexpensive yarn is totally fine on this one. But I happen to have pink in this brand, so that's why I'm using it. All right. Oh, and then you will want a little yarn needle, something to sew in your ends at the end. Okay. And some little scissors to tie up. All right, here we go. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and do a slip knot. And again, the way I do it is I just wrap the yarn around my 2 fingers and over, I kind of form an X. That's the way I do it. This is the tail. I pull this off, and then I use my index and thumb. I go in the center. As I'm holding the tail, I pull that tail through that loop up like that. That is how I do a slip knot. There's many ways. You just basically need a slip knot, and there's tons of videos on that. By the way, I do have a beginner crochet video where it shows you slip knot and some basic stitches. This only uses, I believe, chain and half double crochet and slip stitch. Very simple. So the very first thing we're going to do after you get your slip knot on your hook is we're going to chain 7. So wrap the yarn over and pull through your loop. That's a chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now I'm going to bring my camera just a little bit closer. Getting used to filming crochet. I want to make sure you can see it. So hopefully I can stay in frame here. All right, and then the next step, what you want to do is you want to do 2 half double crochets in the second chain from the hook. So this on your hook is not a stitch. Never, ever, ever count that. So see these V's? We have 7 of them. This is the first stitch. This is the second stitch. And that is where we want to do our half double crochet. Actually, we're going to be doing 2 half double crochets in that same stitch. To do a half double crochet is you're going to yarn over first. You're going to put your hook again in that second stitch from the hook, like so. And then you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and you will have 3 loops on your hook. pretty similar to a double crochet. Here's the difference. You're going to yarn over, and instead of going through 2, yarning over again, go through 2, a half double crochets, you yarn over and you go through all 3 loops. That is a half double crochet. So we're going to put 2 in this stitch right here. So yarn over, go through your stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. There you go. 2 half double crochets. And then what we're going to do is we're going to half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So again, yarn over, go in the next stitch over, pull up your loop, yarn over, go through all 3. So there's 1, we need to do 4, the next 4 stitches. Not 4 in the next 4 stitches, 1 in the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, and 4. You should have 1 stitch remaining right here at the end. And what you want to do with that one is you want to do 5 half double crochets all in this stitch, because we're going to basically round it out to go and crochet on the other side. Okay? So yarn over again, go into, make sure you don't go in that same stitch that looks wide open right there. You go into this very last stitch. Okay? And then you pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3. And we want to do that 5 times. So here's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? And as you can see, we're kind of building to go around. Okay? Now, you want to, now we're going to kind of do the same thing like symmetry. So we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 4 chains, and then we'll finish it off here in a minute. So you're going to rotate your yarn this way. So we did initially, let me pull my little needle up. These chains is what we worked in. We did 5. Just turn your yarn this way, still facing you, okay? And then, I know it's weird, but we're going to work right back into those same chains. So in the first 4 here, we're going to do a half double crochet. Okay? So, don't go in what you just finished. Go to the next one. This next little chain here. And work a half double crochet. Just like we've been doing. So 1, 2, oops, sorry, let me get in frame here. 3, and 4. Now remember, in the very beginning, pull that up quickly, my yarn split on me a little bit here. Ooh, there we go. In the very beginning, we did 2 in this first stitch, right? We did 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. And on this end, we did 5, right? Well, we need to mirror that. So we need to do 3 more in that same stitch where we did the 2, okay? Which you'll be to there after you do these 4. So we'll go in here and do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And then you want to complete this little round, or what are you going to call it, row, we're going to slip stitch in that first half double crochet we did over here. So to slip stitch, as a reminder, take your hook, go on top of that half double crochet, pull up a loop, and then just pull through the loop that's on your hook. And that is a slip stitch. Okay? So that's what it should look like right now. I'm going to pull out some more yarn while I'm talking to you. Now, what's interesting is this is a very common way to start, for example, a handbag. You would do it on a larger level, but you would work around with those same chains, and you would build it up to make the base of like a handbag. So This is a common thing. So anyways, and a lot of appliques like we're doing here with the ghost. All right. Okay, so for the next little round, what we're going to do is we're going to chain one, and that doesn't count as anything, okay? And then we're going to do 2 half double crochets in this very first same stitch, okay? Right there. 2 half double crochets. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3. Now do another one right back in that very same stitch. Okay? All right. And then what we're going to do is do 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. Okay? So just move over to the very next stitch, which was the half double crochet from your previous row, and do 2 right in there. Same stitch. 1, 2. Okay? And then what we're going to do is 1 half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That'll bring you down to this end where we rounded. Okay. So now we're going to do 2 half double crochets in the next 4 stitches. All right. So this very first stitch right here, see that little V? Do 2. So right in the same stitch, 2 in the same stitch. 1, 2. And you want to do that in 4 total stitches. So the next stitch, 1, 2, and then the next stitch, 1, 2, and then the 4th stitch, 1, 2. Now what we're doing is, again, we're at this end, right, and we're rounding it out. Okay, so that's why we do that. Now we're going to move on to this side of it, and again we're going to mirror. Okay, so what we're going to do is do 1 half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, oopsie, this yarn's splitting on me a little bit. Let me restart that one. Okay, so we did 1, 2, oh my goodness, I'm sorry you guys. Why, oh why, Caroline, yarn? Okay, try it again. We're on the second one. We need to do 5. My apologies. This is 2, and I'm going to make it work. There we go. If your yarn splits, it'll be fine. Just keep working with it. 3, 4. I don't edit my videos, by the way. You can see my mistakes. 5. Okay, so 1 half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. All right. Then what we're going to do is 2. That's right. We're mirroring 2 half double crochets in these next 2 stitches. Okay, so 2 in each one. So there's, in this stitch, 1, same stitch, 2. That's called an increase, by the way. And then the next stitch is 1, 2, because we're adding stitches in the same stitch. Okay, like that. Then what you want to do at this point, and I'm going to kind of show you up closer. And let me do this to really point this out. Okay. At this point, you just did 2 in this last stitch. This is not a stitch we work into. This is not a stitch, okay? So and remember this was our chain 1. We don't count that either. This first V up top, get my little needle through it for you. Right here, that is your first half double crochet that we started with. This is where we want to slip stitch into. I just want to point that out. You don't do it here and you don't do it in that chain 1. You do it at this V. Okay? That's very important. So try your best. Okay. So I'm going to slip stitch in this very first V, if I can get my hook in there properly. And then pull up a loop, and then you just go through the loop on your hook. That's a slip stitch. Okay? Perfect. That ended round 2. Now we're going on to round 3, which is our last round. We're almost there. We're going to chain 1. That does not count as anything. And then what we're going to do is slip stitch in this same stitch. Again, let me pull this out and show you my little pointer. So in the same stitch, okay, we're going to slip stitch in this same stitch that we've already done. Okay, chain 1, slip stitch in this first stitch. So go in the loop, go in the stitch rather, pull up your loop, 2 loops on your hook. All you do is bring that loop through the one on your hook. That's a slip stitch. Then we want to slip stitch in the next 5 stitches. So a total of 6. So here is our second one. We're doing a total of 6. So there is our second one. Here is our third. Fourth. Fifth. And 6th. And I do want to mention, when I very first, well, maybe not when I very first started, I don't know. When, in beginning crochet, it is a little, for me, it was a little awkward only doing a slip stitch and not a single crochet. So really pay attention that you're not doing a single crochet. You're just pulling that loop through the loop on your hook, okay? It might feel a little awkward, but you'll get used to it, all right? So we just did 1 slip stitch in the first 6 stitches, okay, for this round. Now what we want to do, we're going to make a little cute arm. So we're going to chain 4 right from this slip stitch. 1, remember, yarn over, pull through, that's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 4 little chains. Now, the yarn on your hook never counts. So this is your first chain, that little V. This is your second. In the second chain, we want to do a slip stitch. So don't yarn over like I just did. Just go into that second chain from your hook, just like we've been doing. Pull up your loop, and then just pull that loop through the loop on your hook. Okay? And then in the next chain down, which will be the third from the hook, we're going to single crochet. So go into the loop, stitch, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through both. Okay? Then in the last little chain that we did, well, really it was the first one, but it's the 4th one from your hook, yarn over, we're going to do a half double crochet. Yarn over, go into that chain, pull up your loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through all 3 of them. Okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch, not in the same stitch right there, but your next stitch over. Okay? Go ahead and go in, pull up your loop, and then just pull that loop through the loop on your hook. That's your slip stitch. Okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch in the next 7. So that was our first one. So then moving on, this will be our second. So it's the next 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Oh, Mary Beth, splitting yarn here. Sorry, redo 7. 7. Okay. Then what we're going to do is, excuse me. Oh, by the way, I want to mention, this is really important. This pattern is not mine, not Mary Beth's. I've seen lots of people doing this one in the crochet community, but I believe that Happy Berry Crochet, which she's amazing, I will list her tutorial, by the way, in the description box. That's where I first saw it, and she did this 4 years ago, I believe in 2015. So I don't want to take credit. This is her pattern. Okay. So that's very important that I give credit where credit is due. Should have done that at the beginning. I apologize, but I will list her tutorial. All right, so we slip stitched in the next 7 stitches after we did the cute little arm. Then crochet one. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. I am reading her pattern here. Slip stitch. Okay, so then we're going to single crochet in the next stitch over, go in that stitch, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through that. And then we're going to half double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, we've been doing that. And then what we're going to do is a double crochet. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm having a hard time reading this. Well, yeah, I apologize. Slip stitch the next 7. 1 single crochet in the next, 1 half double crochet in the next, 3 double crochets in the next, not 1, okay? So yarn over, double crochet this time. Go in your next stitch, pull up a loop. Now, yarn over, don't go through all 3, because this is a double crochet, not a half. Go through the first 2. You'll have 2 remaining on your hook, yarn over, and then go through those 2. That is your double. We're going to do 3 right in this same stitch. I'll show you again. Go in the stitch, pull up your loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And we need 3, so I'm going to do 1 more right here. And then from there, we're going to chain, we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, very similar to our cute little arm. And we're going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, just like we did. Second chain from the hook, slip stitch. Third chain from the hook, the next one down, we're going to do a single crochet. And then in that last little stitch from the hook, we're going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over, get your 3 loops, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, because we're going to be doing a double crochet. I want to point out how we're going to do this. A little different, okay? We're not going to go into our next stitch, and we're not going to go into this same stitch. What we're going to do is a double crochet, and you're going to go in the middle of this double crochet, your last one that you did when you did the 3. Just work your hook through the middle like that. It's a little different, but it's easy to do. So we're going to do a double crochet in the middle of this double crochet when we did the 3, okay? Double crochet in the middle. I will show you. It's a little different, so that's, but this is kind of bringing our little ghosty tail together. So yarn over, again, you're going to go in the middle of that last double crochet you did. Just find a way to get through the middle. Pull up a loop, and then finish your double crochet. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. There you go. Okay? It's really not, that's really not that hard. Okay? So then we're going to do, we're going to skip 1 stitch, and we're going to slip stitch in the next 4. Okay? So again, this is not the stitch we're skipping. We've already worked in that. We're going to skip this one and do a slip stitch in the next 4, okay? So here's 1, the first one. Now this first one's going to kind of bring your tail connected, right? That we just made, that cute little tail. Okay, so there was 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then from this 4th one, let me show you where we're at, this cute, adorable little ghost. We did our arm here, and then we did our cute little tail. Now we slip stitch, we skipped 1, and then slip stitch in the next 4. And on the one that you slip stitched in, the last one, the 4th one, we're going to make our arm, which is exactly what we did here and very similar to what we did here. So let's do that really quick. We're almost done. Okay. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip stitch in that second chain from your hook. Single crochet in the next chain. and half double crochet in that last chain from your hook. Okay? Okay. And then what we want to do is slip stitch in the last 5 stitches of the main body. Okay, so don't do it in the same one that you just worked out of. Go over to the next one and slip stitch. There's one. And again, that will anchor your cute little arm down. Okay, and then go in the next one. There's 2. And then 3. And then 4. Actually, it's 4, not 5, my bad. Okay. And then all you do to finish this off is, I'm going to pull this up and show you. So see this, not that chain one, but see this first little slip stitch we did? Go ahead and slip stitch into that, and that'll finish it off. Now, on her pattern, because she was making a cute bunting, I believe from this point she chained up, you know, however many, and then connected, slip stitch that chain to here, and you have a little little hanging piece. You're more than welcome to do that. I'm choosing not to because, you know, I'm a paper crafter also, and I'm going to be using this as cute little appliques on projects. So, and in Happy Mail. All right, so I'm just going to go to this little slip stitch that we did in the beginning. They're a little harder to get into than like a single crochet, but do your best to get in there. Pull up your loop and then pull through, okay? And then to tie off, I just pull up a loop like that. And then what I do is I take my scissors, leave yourself an amount to tie in, cut it, and pull that through like that, and then just kind of tighten it. And then underneath where you had when you started, pull that tight a little bit, and that'll close up a little bit of your ghost, okay? Look at him. Her. She's pink. She's cute. All right, let's tie in our loose ends here. So I'm going to start with this little back one, and I'm just going to put the yarn on my, now it's important, when you're, you know, working with yarn, especially like a 4-weight or whatever, you want a big enough eye to get your yarn into, okay? So I want to make sure you have one. They're very inexpensive. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here, and then the way I tie in is, again, you're not going to go through and sew. Do not go through to the front of your work. You're going to just pick some stitches randomly. It doesn't really matter. And go through. Oh, that one's a little tough. Let me just pick this one. Go through like that. Again, notice I'm not going through on the top. And then just pull your yarn through. And you want to do it about 3 times in different little directions, okay? And that'll ensure that it doesn't come undone. Boop, boop. I'm going to do one more over in this vicinity. And you can do more. You can do as many as you want. But if you go 3 in 3 different directions, it's not going to come undone. I think it would be impossible, maybe. Okay. And then what I do, take the yarn off my hook. Off my needle. I pull it tight like that. And I do cut very close to my work. Don't cut into your work. Like that. And then when I open up my work and kind of stretch it out, it's totally lost in there and you'll never see it, okay? So, one more to tie in. This is a quick project. Obviously, I explained the process, so it took a little bit longer, but it is very quick. Your first one, you know, it might take you a little minute or two, you know, a little bit longer. But if you are going to make several like I have, they'll go really quick. They're fun. Okay, now this piece is a little bit more towards the front of my work. I'm going to flip my work over. So I'm going to just go into like this, one of these closer to the front stitches, but they're on the back, and pull that yarn towards the back. Okay. Then I can work down in a few different directions. I don't want to tie in on the front. Okay. You don't ever really want to do that. I want to hide it in the back. So there's one. Oh, you know, it doesn't matter. I'll just go in this direction. And if this little hole bothers you, we can sew that, or, tie in our ends around it. So I went there. I'm going to go, over in this vicinity. I'm going to go across. Okay. Maybe back again. Now I'm definitely doing more than 3, but I'm trying to kind of sew over that hole so that it's gone. And there, that should be good. As you can see now, that hole is kind of sewed shut, which is cute, because then you can put your little eyes there. All right, so then I'm going to pull my needle off. Don't pull super tight where you break your yarn. Just kind of snug a little bit on it. Cut close to your work. And there you go. She, I should say, is so cute. Let's see. I got all sorts of different cute little eyes. Boy, they're hard to pick up. I need my pickup stick. Look at this cute little pickup stick that my friend sent me. Let's see if it works on this. Kind of. I'm going to do like hot pink. How cute would that be? Again, you can sew in, some whatever color thread, embroidery thread, whatever, just sew on, tie knots, sew little eyes on. Perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, I think that's what everyone else's tutorial does. I just thought that the googly eye, or that I've seen, I just thought that the googly eyes would be adorable. They're so fun, and they're very easy. So, low temperature, low temperature. Ooh, I'm losing eyes here. And then I'm just going to put a little dot right there. Boop. And then carefully, even though it's low, which is good, you shouldn't burn yourself, but pop my little eye. I'm going to hold them down. Okay? Hold them down a little bit. And then I'm going to just do my best and pop another little eye over here. He's a ghost. Doesn't have to be perfect. Hold him down. Mine's not. But he certainly is cute. Let me move my hot glue gun. Ooh, I got a little bit too much. It's okay. Once that dries, you can kind of pick that off your googly eye. Totally fine. Okay? Look at how cute he is with his little she. I keep saying he. There you go. There is a fun little ghost applique. Applique just means, that it's flat, right? And where are all my other little ghosts? Here's some. I haven't put all the eyes on. And again, I'm working on a swap. I mean, come on now. How cute is he on the top of a rosette or packaging, whatever. So for my crochet subscribers, this is so fun. You can make a bunting, whatever. For my paper crafter subscribers, how fun to include this in our projects. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please, 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 if you do have any questions, leave me a comment. I'd be happy to do my best to answer those. I will also link Happy Berry's original tutorial from 4 years ago to this pattern. She also has a written pattern, so that may be easier for you. And then watch the tutorial to see it, visually. So I will do that after it uploads. I'll have to go back in and link that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching today, and I really hope you have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.